Hi everyone, I'm really excited to let you know that I'm making some videos on the making of dangles demystified. This video is of me drawing wraparound roses dangles. These videos are a little bit different than the ones that I've made previously on this subject because these are of me painting and drawing the images that will actually go into the book. I thought this might be a really good companion to the book for reference and so you can see how I draw and paint my dangles if you're interested, and maybe some pieces of advice or what I've learned over the years. And there will be some times when I'm not talking, just drawing and having some music on in the background. So I hope you enjoy this, and if you do, please let me know in the comments below. And if at any time you have any questions, please just post them and I'll be more than happy to answer them. And I also will have a few questions, like one that I have right now is, on these images that I'm doing today, would you like to see little practice pages in the book that have some of these images in them? And if so, which ones? So if you do have an opinion on this, it would be really nice to know. That way, maybe I could include some, if possible. Just recently, I had to go through a really fast move. And so I have everything in boxes, which is so much fun. I'm sure every one of you can relate to this. I'm using my little antique gate leg table to try to draw this on, and I set my camera on the table, so when I wiggle, the camera wiggles. Lesson learned. Again, I think I learned this lesson once before and didn't even realize that this would happen. Sorry. If you like this video, please hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed, I would love it if you did. And hit the bell notification to be notified of future videos that I post. And I would love it if you would comment, because I'm planning on getting the first book in this series done in a short time. So all your input will really help me finish up the book in a way that you like. And the first one is going to be on dangles themselves. Initially, I was going to just make this big book, which was going to be awesome and full of everything, but then I realized my big book was actually going to be huge. That was not okay. So I divided it up into a few different subjects, and the first one, of course, is just dangles. It's about dangles themselves. Okay? Okay. Now, having said that, it's always possible that maybe one or two of them, something like that, won't fit in the book, or, I've just learned over the years that sometimes our best laid plans don't quite work out the way we thought they were going to. So I'm putting that little disclaimer in there. It's the goal, but until it's in print, it isn't 100% certain. But I am keeping my fingers crossed. If you have any questions about this part of it, just post them in the comments below, and I will be more than happy to answer them. Okay, something I wanted to talk about, piece of advice. You might be wondering why I have that piece of paper laying over my image, but under my hand. Well, I have found out over the years that if you have something in pencil, and you lay your hand directly on it to do it, for example, like what I'm doing here, go over it with marker, your hand as it moves around will smudge the pencil, which of course can be erased, but why go through the hassle of trying to erase an entire page of pencil smudges? Yeah? Yeah. And another reason, which I have mentioned in previous videos, is that your hands have oils on them. And if you're painting something, if your hand has rested in that spot, in just the right position, the oils from your hand will act as a resist of sorts. So the paint will not take the same in that spot as it does in other areas, which is not a good thing unless you're trying to create a resist. Okay? So my little piece of advice here is when you are drawing something like this, you should put a barrier of some sort, piece of paper does a great job, between you and what you are drawing. Okay? Okay. Let's talk a little bit about wraparound roses. These have got to be maybe not the easiest, but almost the easiest flowers to make. They are so simple. They're just a swirl surrounded by a circle. And they are some of my favorites. I don't even know when they started, but they date way back. My grandma used to talk about them. I love them, easy to create, and they fit perfectly as a dangle because you can make them without having to use a huge amount of space for them. And a lot of dangles, are relatively small, so it's a win-win with that. And I'm putting little circles on the second one and the third one. They're similar, but they are different, so I thought that might be a good comparison. On the number 2 image, they're the bigger ones, and I was envisioning those a little bit more like pearls or something. And on the third one, the reason I used the circles is so I could use circles at the bottom and it would draw your eye all the way down the dangle. Now on the first image, it is of course, wraparound roses. But if you look at the dangle line itself, it is wavy. And when you're creating an image, whether it's letters or an actual image, whatever it is, it's an awesome idea to mix straight and wavy, masculine, feminine lines. Maybe not in exact balance. Matter of fact, I wouldn't suggest an exact balance, say like 6 wavy and 6 straight. But it kind of makes your eyes dance a little to see something that doesn't exactly fit. And oftentimes a wavy dangle line is a good way to accomplish that. Okay, let's talk just a little bit about the dangle that is vertically symmetrical, the large wraparound roses in the center surrounded by dots and swirls vertically. Okay? Okay. The same that's on top is on bottom with the big wraparound rose in the center. And this can be a really nice dangle to do because it adds variety, and variety adds interest. And it also makes it look like this wraparound rose is something that's really important because it's in the center surrounded by these swirls and these dots. So I thought that was kind of a nice little touch. I would like to take a few minutes to talk about how I am going forward with this series of dangle books. I am going to put up the videos here on YouTube, but I am also going to put up other videos on Patreon. And I'm not sure yet if they are going to be early releases or exclusive or a combination of the two to Patreon. So if you would like to support my YouTube channel and my bookmaking efforts, I would greatly appreciate it. There is a link below in the description box for Patreon, or you could also make a one-time donation to PayPal. Thank you. Okay, back to the video. When you are drawing dangles, consider drawing them in pencil first. For the most part, just makes the whole process a little bit easier if you're wanting to put items in certain places. If you're just drawing for fun, it doesn't really matter. But say if you wanted a diamond halfway down, something like that, doing it in pencil first really does help a lot. And then go over it in marker. And if you can, try to make for sure you erase your pencil lines. Okay? And now let's quickly touch base on the last two dangles. First, we have the wraparound roses that are connected by a geometric type of dangle. It goes circle, diamond, and then repeats. I think that one has a lot of merit because it mixes the feminine with the masculine and a floral with a shape, so it's got some diversity there, which I think is pretty neat. And on the last one, you have swirls with waves, and once again you have the main part of the dangle in the center, so it gives it kind of an important emphasis. And it's also very, very feminine. There's, let me see, probably no masculine lines in that at all, unless you consider the very tips of the leaves that are coming out from the rose. And that's pretty much it for this video. The next one, I will be painting these, and I am going to put up quite a few of these videos where the images will actually be in the book, or that's her intended purpose. So it would make, I think, a good companion to the books themselves. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks so much for watching and have a wonderful day. Much love, Olivia.